Nobody. Julius Caesar. Napoleon after returning to France. I am once again king. Every inventor of land-based travel. The caveman who invented the wheel. German diplomacy under Bismarck. German diplomacy after Bismarck. When your American colonies achieve independence, but you still want those sweet resources, it's time for Africa. Allies or Axis? Both. Portugal, when the Ottomans block you from trading with Asia, should probably discover America. That might be a good idea. Puerto Rico has remained an unincorporated territorial possession, making it the world's oldest colony. You see, now that surprises me. Germany looking at the Treaty of Versailles. But what does that mean, exactly? I love honey, but you know what I don't love? Armenians. Dying from the Black Death. Getting lucky and avoiding it. Cleaning yourself so you won't get sick. Drinking beer in order to not get infected by bacteria-filled water. Teachers in China, when a kid asks what is democracy, you wouldn't get it. Starting a war by invading another country. Starting a war by assassinating a leader of another country. Starting a war by cutting down a flagstaff. Rasputin surviving a bullet and drinking a load of cyanide. Prince Felix Yusupov. You're ugly. You don't have any friends. Kosovo is an independent country. You better watch your mouth. When you divide countries based on religion to pit one against another so they don't fight against you, the trickster. Me and the boys on our way into our sick new trench. Joshua Norton, declaring himself Emperor of the USA. People in San Francisco. British Navy, you can't defeat me. Continental Army, I know, but he can. John Paul Jones. There is no Easter Bunny, there is no Tooth Fairy, and there is no perfect country. History Channel during the day. History Channel at night. American conservatism of the 1950s. Vietnam War, music revolution, and hippie culture of the 1960s. Italian military. Italian mafia. Scotland. England being ravaged by the Black Death. The Scottish Army brings the plague back to Scotland. Croatia. We have you 25-1. Canada. I like those odds. Adobe has developed software that can detect Photoshop in an image. Wow, Angry Birds was such a good game that Australia decided to make it into a war. Americans learning about the foundation of their country. I'm pretty sure this guy's a war criminal now, but whatever. When it is 1840 America and some religious cult nonsense is going on in the Midwest. Mormons. Americans, we don't want foreigners to come here and spread their contagious diseases. Native Americans. I stole the headlights off of a Tesla. I pulled an Edison. Germany, you are either with us or against us. Italy, is it too much to ask for both? Russians. Oh, I thought you were dead. Rasputin, my death was greatly exaggerated. When I prove someone wrong with a Wikipedia article, and they say, anyone can write anything on Wikipedia, you truly are the lowest scum in history. Rationalists, slide to the left. Empiricists, slide to the right. Immanuel Kant, crisscross. Soldiers are literally getting shot, bombed, and stabbed. Drummers. Chinese city, doesn't surrender. Mongols. An ancient country becomes the biggest force in the world and dominates all the surrounding nations. Their leader dies. The ancient country. Soviets while invading Finland. Soviets when the snow speaks Finnish. Water exists. The Dutch. It's free real estate. When your empire's so big, you use a continent as a prison. Rule Britannia intensifies. When you shoot the Swedish troops, but they keep marching closer. Rene Descartes thinks. Rene Descartes, I am. Napoleon escapes exile. Rest of Europe. The French Empire has returned. Japan after Pearl Harbor. I am so great. I am so great. Japan after Midway. Some farmer with a musket, probably. A knight who's trained in close combat since they were 12. Maria Theresa, what should we name our beautiful son? Louis XIV. Louis. When the British don't give you the military promotion you deserve, so you form your own country and end up commander-in-chief. The French watching all the news and memes, how the British should return stolen colonial artifacts. 16 independent states. What if every German state became independent? Say psych right now. Look, this will be easy. Die, separatists. 36,000 Yugoslavian soldiers attacking Vukovar. 1,800 Croatian defenders. Please, no more. Some monastery. You fool, no Christian can pillage me. A bunch of mad lab Vikings. I am no Christian. Hiroshima. Everybody needs a friend. Nagasaki, Hiroshima. Excuse me, are you all here for the coup? We are not a coup. We are a pro-democracy military intervention in a left-wing Latin American country. Yeah, this is it. Is 3,000 a lot? Depends on the context. Viennese infantry, no. Winged hussars, yes. USSR, Afghanistan, call the ambulance, but not for me. British people having to see scores of memes, how the sun never set on their empire. Shut up about the sun, shut up about the sun. Everyone, Bowser is just based off a mean turtle, me. When you gotta pick up the family at 6, but invade Poland at 7. 1750 BC, Karen complaining to the manager about her copper, complaint about delivery of the wrong grade of copper. I'll have our Napoleon meme, how original, and he wasn't actually short, daring today, aren't we? Nobody. The Balkans in the 1990s. I blow up my neighbor. Luxembourg fighting in the Korean War. I'm still worthy. England takes Quebec from France. Quebec continues to speak French. England, you weren't supposed to do that. When you, a Dutch merchant, use silver mined by the Spanish in South America to buy tea from China to sell to the British, Mr. Worldwide. European countries exist. The Swiss. Can I offer you a nice mercenary regiment in these trying times? The reactor 4 technicians, when all the lights started flashing and they got a slight headache. Uh-oh. Japanese Americans, released after forced internment. Japanese Americans, we are getting compensated for our loss of homes and businesses, right? United States. Me, after learning one of my relatives was a scientist in the Manhattan Project. When you make a historical version of a classic meme template, outstanding move. Teacher, does anyone know the etymology of the word slave? The Slavic kid. Well, of course I know him, he's me. Ottomans, can you just convert to Islam, so we don't have to arrest you? Vlad the Impaler, no. Europeans want to trade. It's the Dutch. We surrender. The war situation has developed not necessarily to Japan's advantage. When the average presidential term lasts 4 to 8 years, but you speedrun it in only 30 days, I am speed. Thales, Democritus, Plato, Aristotle, Socrates, Diogenes. Call an ambulance, but not for me. Pablo Escobar had the largest and most successful drug empire of all time, British East India Company. Am I a joke to you? Treaty with Native Americans is signed. The United States immediately after. Remus, wow Italy is nice. Can't wait to live in a city. Romulus, vibe check. FDR, alright who wants to take in the Jews? Other countries, why don't you just take them in yourself? FDR, slow down there buckaroo. When you finally get to the German trench, and a fellow private asks what to do next. I don't know, I never thought I'd get this far. Sabaton formed in 1999, learning history in 1998. Wearing similar clothes as your friends. King Solomon introduces his wife to his family, his 999 wives. Galileo Galilei finds out the earth circles around the sun. The church. Shut. British Museum. We have priceless artifacts. Rest of world. How'd ya get 'em? British Museum.